High-speed sneeze. It was a new year on the island of Sodor, and there was a lot of hustle and bustle for the other engines while they were taking care of their goods or passengers around the site of the North Western Railway. One morning, the Fat Controller called Donald for a meeting at the big station. You sent for me, sir? Asked Donald. Yes, said the Fat Controller. Dennis has broken down and is sent to the works to be mended for 2 whole weeks, he said. So I need you to take his goods. Yes, sir, said Donald. But what about the ballast trains on the Little Western? They've still been closed during the winter, he said. But don't worry, things will get back into plan soon enough. Yes, sir, said Donald, and he huffed away. But little did Donald know that his driver was suddenly catching a cold. Achoo! Will you be all right, sir? Asked Donald. Would you like me to take you back to the station for you to ask the Fat Controller for the day off? I'll be fine, Donald, said his driver. Now let's get going. And he and the fireman climbed aboard Donald. Donald was coupled to the train and he steamed on. The trucks usually behave well for engines like Donald and Douglas, since the spiteful brake van was in pieces a long time ago. But Donald now knows how to control trucks, and he hurried along. This is nice, he said, and he hurried along the line. He was going on well, but still, Donald's driver was still sneezing, and with a loud sneeze, he turned over and accidentally headbutted the fireman, letting him hold on to the lever. Soon Donald was realizing that he was going fast. Driver, he asked, can we slow down? But there was no answer. Fireman? Then there was no answer. Then he was going way too fast. Then Donald had no choice but to shout. Help! He cried. He was going too fast as he raced around the coast. When they approached Shake Bridge, the troublesome trucks' last chance had come. Crash! Crash! They shouted. You silly, troublesome traitors! Shouted Donald. But there was more trouble ahead. Donald came racing down a bend and hastily come off the tracks. Donald was almost damaged, but he hastily stopped just in time. Soon his driver and fireman got out and went to call for help. Moments after Donald was put back on the rails, Mighty Mac was called to take Donald to the works to be mended. And Ryan had to look after the goods. Later, Donald had just been put in the siding when the Fat Controller arrived. It wasn't my fault, sir, said Donald. I just don't know what happened. The Fat Controller smiled. It was nobody's fault, he said, but you will be taken to the works at Crovan's Gate to check if you are damaged. I will investigate to see what the matter is, he said, and he walked off with wonders in his head. The next day later, Donald was finally mended at the works, and the Fat Controller came to see Donald and his crew. I think I've investigated what the matter was, he said to Donald. It appears your driver had done a big loud sneeze that it caused him to accidentally headbutt your fireman to release the lever on your cab, he said. Now that's what the matter was, wasn't it? Oh, said Donald. How? But then the driver apologized, but the Fat Controller just smiled. "Say no more, driver," he said. "The next time you're ill, just remember to look after yourself at home." "Yes, sir," said Donald's driver. "I couldn't agree more. I would never let anything happen to myself or my crew." And Donald, the Scottish twin engine, couldn't be happier even more.